Look at this one question. If we have x plus 4 times x plus 1, just like our quiz, you can multiply it and get x squared plus 5x plus 4. It's important to know what happens though. The 4 times the 1, okay, 1 times 4 or 4 times 1, gives us the last part. But how do we get the 5x? 5x is from the 4 times the x to give us 4x, as well as the x times the 1 to give us 1x. Now we have that drawn for you over here with your algebra tiles. So here we have x plus 4, here we have x plus 1. And now you can see the two parts. Here is 4x, here is 1x. Okay, so we have to combine our x's together. Now working backwards, what you want to focus on is this 4. This is a 1 by 4 arrangement, or 1 times 4. Okay, so this arrangement gives us the factors x plus 1 times x plus 4. So when working backwards, we call it factoring. Okay. And this little blurb here, when placing the 1 tiles, you need to decide whether it should be 1 times 4 or 4 times 1 or 2 times 2. If you look at this question below, check this out. Here's 2 x's that would fit there. What's going to fit over on the left, bottom left? 2 x's. So that's not the same amount of x's. Up top we had 5, but how many do we have here? Only 4. We have a 2x and a 2x. So 4 x's total would not be enough because what we actually wanted was 5x. Okay, so that should lead you to believe, got to go back and rearrange things. Now check out the answer here. What would be your answer if this was given to you? What do you have up top? X plus 2? What do you have on the side? X plus 2. Is that a good way of writing it? X plus 2, x plus 2? No, we don't want to repeat, don't want to repeat. So what should we do? What should we do? Instead of having to repeat. Yeah. Bingo, use your exponents. Gotta love the exponents. X plus 2 squared. Okay, we're going to see that a little bit. All right, so how we arrange the 1 tiles is important. We also just finished talking about the multiplying and adding. So some teachers will call this the add multiply method. You might see that next year or on worksheets. They might abbreviate it as AM. Okay, and even some web pages will see that, right? If you're searching factoring trinomials, you'll see that. And you also see the technical math terms, because you know how math people like to give special names. Instead of add, we will call it sum. Instead of multiply, we will call it product. Okay. So sometimes you'll see add multiply, sometimes sum product. Okay. And again, you'll see that in the textbook. Different textbooks are different web pages are different teachers are different. Same thing though. Okay, so same thing. All right, so I like to call it sum product. Sometimes I switch up though and say add multiply. All right, so just be aware of that. I'm just trying to confuse you, make it hard for you. No, it's because I'm screwing myself up. Okay, so no tiles. Let's have a look. Plus 24. That is the product. So just write down product equals plus 24. Include that sign in front because we know it's important. And what's the sum? Not just 11. No, plus. Okay, you gotta look in front. So plus 11. Okay, so what you're thinking now is, what numbers multiply to 24 and add to 11? Now, if you do that at the same time, it's not going to work. So let's just think about the product. Numbers that multiply to 24. 1 end, 2 end, 3 end, 4 end. That's exactly what you have to do. You got to think about all those numbers. Okay, so that's the starting point. You got to think. Come up with the factors. Now, well, which one of these combinations will add to 11? And one of this will be 25. You guys didn't even do that one probably. 14, 3 and 8, 11, 4 and 6, 10. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. 3 and 8. Okay, so 3 and 8. So, now we've got our numbers. What does that mean? Well, Mr. Barker, this is what you're supposed to do. Start by breaking it down to two factors, because you know that's what happens. How do we get the x squared? X times x. So what we do is we break x squared into two x's, one at the front of each factor. And then we have 3 and 8. So what do we do with the 3 and 8? Those go at the back. So it's plus 3 and plus 8 because they're both positives. They're not always going to be positives, but for this question, absolutely. You're done. That easy, folks. You're done. How many factors are there? 2. Or deux for you guys that are in French, right? Okay, so x plus 3, x plus 8. Just got to throw that out there. Okay. Next one. Sorry, before we start, any questions you guys have? Okay. We're throwing a lot of stuff at you. Okay, it's going to get a little bit harder, but once you practice this, it gets easier and easier and easier. You're going to start thinking about it and dreaming about it. It's going to be in your head for a long time. Okay, next one. Here we go. Product. What is it? 9. Do include the sign though, okay? So plus 9. Good habit. Sum. -6. Awesome. So 9 is so easy because there's not a lot that multiply to 9. Okay. Jordan? One of them? 1 and? 3 and? 3 and 3, right? 3 squared. Okay. Anything else? 4 and? No, nothing. Okay. So looking at that, which one gives you 6? Okay. All right. Now I use a different letter just to throw you off, but m squared breaks down into m and m. M&Ms. Okay. So what should be the factors? M plus 3, m plus 3. Bingo. How come that's only half marks? Oh, that's right. So guess what, folks? This combination tells you two things. Well, one thing. It tells you that you must have two negative factors. So negatives can multiply together to give you a positive product. Add to a negative sum. Combine to a negative sum. Okay, combine is probably a better word. So the two negatives combine to a negative sum. So x minus 3, x minus 3. Awesome. Still not full marks. I said, pardon? Why? Yeah, don't forget the exponent part, right? M minus 3 squared. So we throw those at you just to see if you're sleepy or if you actually had some coffee this morning. Or in your case, I don't know, sugar, right? That's what wakes you guys up. So bracket m minus 3 bracket squared. Okay, next one. Different letter, just to play around, but again, don't worry about the letter. If you even see that, you can start with the y and y. Go ahead. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, start with the y and the y. Now look at your product and look at your sum. Try yourself. Go. Start by the factors of 12. What multiplies to 12? Gives you 7. When in doubt, list them out. 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4, 4, 3, 6, 2. Oh, don't double up. Oh, oops, don't double up. Okay. Roxanne, what do you think? Bingo. All right, 3 and 4 give you 7. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 3, 4. Are they both negatives or both positives? Yeah, both positives. Okay. Now, double check that stuff. You can totally double check, right? So y times 4 gives you 4y. 3 times y gives you 3y. Yep, that's 7y. And what about the other multiplication? 3 times 4, does that give you 12? Totally does. So when in doubt, just quickly check with the multiplication. Okay, these are good questions because we can check and double check very easily. All right. Now, throw this other letter at you. M squared, you say that's M and M, and I like that. What about N squared at the back? Where are we getting the N squared from? Well, that would be from a letter at the back of both factors, an N and an N. And I can tell you by looking at the middle term that the front letter must be an N and the back one must be an N. Sorry, M and an N. Okay, so you can look at the middle term to help you as well on what has to be in the front and the back. Now that we've got the letters, go for the numbers. Product equals plus 6, sum equals 5, go for it. Try it yourselves, list the factors. So 1 and 6, 2 and 3, oh, I'm done. What could it be? Casey? 2 and 3, good. Both positives or both negatives, Casey? Both positives, perfect. Okay, so positive product, positive sum, positive, positive. Good. Hands up if you got that. Okay. Perfect. Next one. Next one's different now. Have a look. What's different? Well, write down the product. Plus 30. Sum, negative 13. Sorry, it's not different. I'm thinking ahead of the next one. What does a positive product tell you and a negative sum? How can we get this combination? Yeah, a positive multiplication, but a negative combination when you put them together means you have 2 negatives. Okay, that's what's special about this one, 2 negatives. Okay, we haven't seen that in a while again. So have a look, think about the factors, go for it. 30 is a little larger, it's going to be a bit more challenging. But 13 is a good clue. Yeah, I know I shouldn't say it. Okay, I stopped at 3 and 10. I mean, I could go 5 and 6. What's the answer? Hakir? 3 and 10. What, specifically those at 3 and 10, or is it? Okay, so we have a negative 13, so we need both negatives. Okay, so double check your signs always. So your complete answer, x minus 3, x minus 10. Okay. All right. Thumbs up, down in the middle. How you guys doing? All right, we're going to get more intense now, but well, you guys can do this stuff. This combination is different. What is our product? Negative 12. Okay, you haven't seen that yet. How is the only way to get a negative answer when you multiply two numbers? The only way is to have one as a positive and the other as a negative. That is very important to see. Okay? In order to multiply to a negative, one is positive and the other is negative. So which is which? Well, your sum tells you exactly, because your sum is plus 1. The sum will be the sign of the larger. Has to be. When you come, so which of these combinations is one digit apart? 3 and 4, and the sign of the larger number is positive, and so the 3 must be negative. Okay, so break apart the a squared to a and a. Great combination, a and a, and then it's minus 3 plus 4. Okay, we're going to practice a couple of these. So turn it over. Okay, number 7, same deal. Your product is negative 99. What does the negative product tell you? One's positive, one's negative. But your sum is plus 30. What does that tell you? That the larger is positive. Okay, so plus sign. Okay, think about your numbers. So 3 and 33, which one's positive? It's got to be 33. Okay, because when you combine it with the -3, you have to get a positive 30. What's up with x4? All right. Now look at your middle term to help you. Okay, x squared, x squared. Okay, that's how we're going to get x4. Now you have your numbers. You have all the pieces, folks. So -3 plus 33. Doesn't matter which brackets go first. Yep.
Would it need to be 3x? Because this equals x squared.
No. How are we getting the x squared? I see what you're thinking, though. This gives you your x4. X squared times 33. 33x squared. Okay. So yeah, you got to be careful with that middle term, okay? All right. Any other questions? Okay. Number 8, go for it. All by yourself. I'm not going to help you. Okay, so this time our larger is negative. 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. What could it be? What's the full complete factors? Jordan?
Y plus 2 times y minus 10.
Why did you choose to make the 10 negative?
Because since the sum was negative, you have to have the larger number negative.
Perfect. Okay. So we looked at the sum. Hey, that's negative, so my larger digit must be negative as well. Okay. Then you can guess it. Kind of like guessing and checking a little bit. All right. How many people got that? Hands up. Good. Okay, next one, number 9. Go for it. All by yourself. Watch the letters. Okay, watch the letters. There's X's and Y's. And guess and check with your numbers. Go for it. $36. I'm thinking 1 and 36, 2 and 18. 2 and 18 is a weird one. That comes up though, okay? 3 and 12, 4 and 9, 6 and 6. Okay. So, which one? Alec. Difference of 5. Your larger must be negative. Yeah, 9 and 4. Okay. So it'll be x minus 9y, x plus 4y. See how the letters split apart? We have a y at the end, sorry, y squared, which gives us a y at the end of the factors. Okay. How many people got that one? Good. Okay. Now, number 10. Alarm bells ring in. Do, 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 do. What's different?
5 squared.
Yeah, there's a number in front of the A. You guys haven't seen that. That 5 smacking you in the face. It should be saying something to you. 5, 15, 20. 5, 15, 20. GCF. Sorry, something stuck in throat. Oh, greatest common factor. That's right. 5, 15, 20. So this is from a couple days ago. Divide the whole thing by 5. Now, don't be a GCF loser. You don't want to lose that thing because that's a whole factor you lost. Don't forget to write it in front of your brackets. Okay, keep it there. Very, very important. What's the remainder? Divide all by 5. Andre, what would you say? Good. Now it looks normal, okay? It's one of the same of all the other ones we've seen so far. Factor that one again, okay? Doing product and sum. So product is -4, sum is 3. Don't worry about the 5, but we don't want to lose it. You know what I do? Okay, so here's a little cheating method. Mr. Barker cheating again. 5, bracket, bracket, bracket. I always do that so I don't forget it, because I often see people forgetting that, right? And then you have to, lose a mark. Those mean math teachers, all right? Okay, go ahead, do sum product. Finish this one off all by yourself. Okay, any volunteers? Oh, is this C block? No, it's D block. Alicia.
5 and then 8 plus 4.
+4 -1, is she right? Yes, she is. Okay, so the larger factor, the 4, is positive because our sum is positive. So that means the larger +4 must be positive. And the negative sign means plus minus for our factors. Good job. Okay. How many factors are there? How many things are multiplying together? 1, 2, 3. So sometimes these mean math teachers throw these questions on the test. You do this awesome factor and you got your GCF, you do your sum product, and the question only is, it's not what are the factors, it's how many factors are there. And so you have to recognize there's 3 things you multiply. Okay, so you can do some awesome work, but remember each thing is 1 factor. There's 3 of them you multiply. All right, so watch out for those mean math teachers. Next one. Any questions before I begin? GCF, nothing too crazy. You're going to see these in your homework. So you're going to be flying along, cruising, question right, question right, question right, and then, whoa, what's this, huh? What? It's because there's a GCF. Okay, so take out your GCF first, and then it's going to be easy peasy. All right? Question 11. What's odd? 5, 25, 30. Take out a, go for it. GCF first. Don't lose it. Okay, write it down. Go ahead and factor this one completely. Weird on this one because we got y's, but have no fear, x squared is at the front. And what's at the back? Y squared, 4 letters. Multiplies to 6, adds to 5, plus 2, plus 3. Okay, hands up if you got that. All right. Now, you guys are cruising along, doing pretty good. We've got to throw some tough ones at you. So number 12, weird, isn't it? Okay, if this is a plus sign, I encourage you to rearrange. Otherwise, it's going to get weird on you. I'll show you how after, but rearrange it to y squared, no problem because it's a plus sign, minus 5y plus 6. So keep the signs in front the same. Go ahead and factor that. Go. Okay, and so you should get y minus 2, y minus 3. Adds to -5, multiplies to 6. Okay, now have a look here at the side for the weird stuff. I'm just going to go over and show you so you're aware of what's happening. I break down the y into y and y. That's all good. You guys can do that. But now I have to have numbers that multiply to 6 and adds -5. So you have to include your sign in front of the number, -2 and -3. That's the weird part. Okay, then it'd be plus y and plus y. Now you can rearrange those so it looks just like we have y minus 2, y minus 3. You shouldn't really start with a negative sign in front. Okay, so a question like this is weird. I really kind of want you to see that you can rearrange the factors. That's kind of why this question's on there. They'll put this one in a multiple choice section. Okay, but it's important to recognize it because then they throw number 13 at you. Because it's a negative sign, don't rearrange. Okay, so, and I'm only going to throw, you'll see what's once on a quiz, once on your test, maybe once on the provincial exam. Maybe. Okay, it's a top end question. So, the m squared is at the back, so that means we have to have an m at the back. Now the m squared is positive or negative. How can we have this thing multiplied to give you a negative? One sign's positive, one is negative. It doesn't really matter where they go, but one's positive, one's negative. Now the 24. So the product is 24, but the sum is 5. Let's not worry about the sum so much, but let's focus on the product of 24. What are the factors? 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Now keeping in mind the sum is 5, which one should we focus on? 3 and 8 because they're 5 apart. Okay, there's a difference of 5. So my question is, should we put the 8 at the front and then the 3, or should we put the 3 and then the 8? Well, remember, the sum is positive. So this multiplication, the multiplication of the first number times the negative m would give us a negative. So where do we want the 8 to be? In order to be positive, we want the 8 to be at the back. That way we're going to get 3 times negative m, negative 3m. If the 8 is in this location, we will get 8 times m plus 8m. Okay. That combines to give us the plus 5m. So, my advice, number one of these, is go slow, check, and double check. Actually do the multiplication to make sure you have it in the right spot. It's easy to get the numbers, but you got to be careful that you put them in the right spot. Okay? So do a quick multiplication to make sure that, yes, these do indeed combine to give me the plus 5 that I need. All right? It's kind of weird, because 3's not negative, 8's not negative, but you get a negative number by multiplying it by the negative 1. That's how the negative signs apply. Okay. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Hardest question right there. Next one's pretty straightforward. So the next one's, you have to build on the sum product knowledge. So first of all, they got to say, or they're probably going to say, k is greater than 0. What do they mean by k is greater than 0? What's this math speak stuff mean? Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It means that k is positive. It's bigger than 0. Just like a thermometer, right? Bigger than 0 is positive. Below 0, brr, it's negative, cold. Okay? So, let's break apart the sum. The sum is 7. What numbers add to 7? 1 and 6, 2 and 3 and 4, 4 and 3, 5 and 2. Do we double up? No, so cross those off. Okay, that's the sum. What are the possible products? Possible products are 6, 10, and 7. Oh, sorry, 12. What am I saying here? I added 12. Okay. Now, what if we had a negative and a negative? Will that change the product at all? No. So for this question, k can equal 3 things. K can equal 6, comma, 10, comma, 12. 3 possible answers. So if I ask for the answers, this is how you write it. But if I ask for this part, how many, what are you going to say? 3, right? 3 possible answers. So I can ask you the question differently by just saying how many. It's kind of mean. That's how math teachers are. All right, born and raised. All right, next one. A little bit easier. Does k have to be positive because of the plus sign? No, we talked about that yesterday or the day before. K can be positive or negative. All right, positive or negative. So we're going to focus on the product. The product equals 12. Yes, negative 12. Thank you. So factors of 12. 1 and 12. 1 is negative. 1 and negative 12. See how we changed the signs there? Pretty tricky, isn't it, Alicia? And the next one would be 2 and, negative 2 and 6, 2 and negative 6, 3 and negative 4, 3 and, negative 3, I screwed that up, my apologies. Negative 3 and 4, 3 and negative 4, there we go. I know. We're almost done here, guys. Let's focus. I'm talking about me. Okay, so, what's the sum? Thank you. The sum. Here's positive 11, negative 11. Well, that's kind of cool. What's the sum of the next combination? 4, negative 4. Ah. And the next combination? And negative 1. So, remember how we write this? K can equal plus or minus 1, start with the low digit, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 11. Okay. How many answers are there? 6. Don't say 3. There's 2 each one, right? So there's how many? 6 answers. Okay. So sometimes I ask for the answers, sometimes I ask for the number of how many there are. Okay, sorry for that. It was a little long at the end, but I think you guys... Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Thanks, Casey.